showed the world how to play, and now it's known as the Celtic way. Playing with the ball from side to side, and intervention tries to hide. But we play the ball from front to back. Attack, 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 a 67. And he's the worst man. The first game in the thousands. To see the boys become champions of 67. And then he's the worst man. The first game in the thousands. To see the boys become champions. Celtic way, wait for the ball from side to side, and intervene, try to hide, but wait for the ball from front to back. Attack, 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 67. And then he's a last man.
Good evening everybody and welcome to Celtic Rumours TV, episode number 206 of the Bawz and Bovril podcast. Myself tonight, get big Jerry Ways. How you doing, Jerry?
Good, Marco. How you, my man?
I'm good, bud. Don't know what's happened to the background there on our screen. We'll try and get that fixed. The Bishop's meant to be coming on shortly as well, so I don't know if Terrace will be about either. But if anybody in the chat wants to come on, I'll fire up the link.
And get them on.
Right. I mean, you don't need to come on and sit blethering away for hours. Just come on if you've got something to say. Come on, we'll blather about it and then you can go. Right, anyway, this is a podcast for our forum, www.celticrumours.co.uk. The link to that and everything else is in the description box below through our link tree. A few shout-outs to some of the lads for the forum and that. Paul's there in Poland, still on holiday. Mad Dog Jerry McGinn, old Tim Alloy, Mikey, We United Ireland, Big Jabber, Deef Kev, Welshie, Malika, and well, his daughter Ashley. What are you laughing at, Deef Kev?
I just can't believe you're calling him Deef Kev.
He doesn't mind at all, man, doesn't he?
Well, he's got subtitles on.
No, he doesn't. He's got the implant things now, do you know what I mean? It says it makes some difference to his life, man. But
what day?
He's cool with it, you know what I mean? He knows it's just a laugh. Here we go. Bobby, Modfrey God was right on it the day and night. Grot Bags is here too. Cameron, nice to see you. PP, how you doing, bud? Patrick McLaughlin, nice to see you as well, mate. James Welsh, thanks for coming in. Liam Doyle. G-Doc, nice to see you again, mate. Kenny Arthur, nice to see you, bud. Evening. Ian McIntosh. So that's a new name, is it? No? Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, evening, Ian. Thanks very much for coming in, bud. Don't think I missed anybody there.
My mate James at the bottom.
James, evening, James. How you doing? Thanks very much for joining us, bud. Good man.
He's only Tim for the old work. It'll be listening in. The rest will be the Huns.
Any pal of Jerry's is a pal of yours. We've just seen it's just Jerry's batters. So even before we start talking about the game plan, just before we came on there, did the lads in the chat and that, did you see the latest story that's come out? That we've had a bid rejected for that Andy Irving, him from West Ham. I mean,
set the world on fire, the head on fire.
Got to be something wrong with that.
Who's shouting him?
We were linked with him. Was it last year or was it in January or whether his name's came up before? But I just wrote it off as if. Aye, was it Hearts? Aye, it was aye. But I mean, that's. Was I saying you, Jerry?
Did he play midfield?
Aye.
He's not winger, is he?
No.
Jeez.
As I said before we came on here, Jerry, you can see that kind of signing if it's late on in the window we've got a. Do you know what I mean? We're maybe struggling for numbers and stuff, like for in the central midfield area. He's available for maybe £2-3 million, just as a kind of squad player. But we've been hanging for weeks here waiting on players and they come up with this kind of drivel. That's all that is for me.
I'm more impressed with your intro. You never made an arse yet.
Aye, well, that was me. That was. What is it?
You must have written that down and practiced it this week, yeah.
First night nerves. That's what that was.
I know what it's like.
It was, but it was just get into a pure fanco, man, as if it was the first ever time I'd done it again. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, okay, I know what that's like.
Why's that background not coming up, man? Right, anyway, what about yesterday's game?
Aye, well, any time we go away up there and we come back with the 3 points, I'm always happy. Hard play, it has been a hard place to go, and considering the kind of the reaction for a lot after last week's performance, I'm over the moon. Good, there was some good individual performances after Nygren been written off after one game. Thought he'd some brilliant touches, done really well. Our 2 goals came from moving the ball quickly, rather than this tippy-tappy passing and passing it about. We get the ball forward and quick, and we get 2 right good goals from it. Hatate's was goal of the season contender already. So, it was some good all-round performances, Mark. Early in the season, still early doors, but all in all, away to Aberdeen, come back with 3 points after the world beaters dropping points the day before. Good going, happy.
Definitely. Pittodie's one of the places that you can go to, and we've seen Celtic go up there and run amok. Do you know what I mean? But we've seen us go up there and get battered. We've seen them get up there and draw. It's what for me as well, Jerry. Places like that, you go up, you get the points, and you get out of Dodge as quick as you can.
Well, a wee bit hard
to get an away tie, like one of the away ties out the way so early in the season.
The boys are hardy boys, so it was good to see we weren't getting bullied after them yesterday. I mean, that big boy at the back, man, he kicks everything on end and it moves.
The big blonde guy.
Aye, the Viking.
I said he just goes out to the woods and throws axes at trees for fun, that guy, didn't he?
Aye. So, you're over. I mean, once he takes a book and he's going to come out, he's going to get subbed anyway because he gets away with it for so long and then that's him. But he's a hardy boy, and we know how much Shinny loves us, and he's always putting about in. So we kind of stood up to it, Callum, and a few of them, AJ and all the rest of it, they weren't letting them.
Even the one Scales get booked for, which I don't really think he deserved a booking for it, but
that big boy up front. I mean, it's the big defender, a big centre half, and centre forward going for the ball. So it's 50-50. It's meant to be a contact sport. So no, it was good that we all stood up. Everybody done well. We go to 3 points, as you say, back down the road and on to the next game.
Big Scales had a bit of one of his bomb-scared games, didn't he? Hopefully that's one of them out the way for the season and all. Evening, love it. Nice to see you again, mate. Thanks for coming in, bud.
He takes pelters, especially for me. I mean, the week before, he was one of our better players. Yesterday, he is a bit bomb-scared, but it's just, for me, and I know it sounds that, he's not a footballer for me. He's a defender, first and foremost. That's his job. See him try to pass the ball about and want to run with the ball. It gives me the total fear. It reminds me of when the ball used to go back to Joe Hart at first.
There's certain players that you don't want them to have time on the ball. Their job is, they can get the ball away from them as quickly as possible, kind of thing. Aye.
So, no, that's what I say. When he starts, and at times there could be like 30 or 40 yards in front of him, and he wants to run up to the man and play a 5-yard pass. And I think, for fuck's sake, just play the longer pass. But no, he's not a footballer. He does well when it's just he's got to defend. He's not got a lot to think about.
That's it. Players you don't want to give them the time to actually think about what they're doing, because you just end up flatting and making an arse of it. Yep.
And then the other down the left hand side, his compadre Maida. He's been rotten since he came back for pre-season in the last couple of games. I think his head's been turned.
I don't know.
He's here.
I mean,
His head's either been turned or he's lost a yard of pace. It's one of the two.
he's dead. But I mean, really, the pre-season game, Gary, I don't read anything into them.
Nah.
It's like people are getting on about, oh, where's Anamura? He was one of our best
Nah.
players in pre-season. But
I don't
we'll
bother
just
with
tell
it.
you, we'll just tell you what the plan was for Anamura. He'll come in, we'll have a look at him, right? Oh, he looked good in pre-season, but as I've said, Gary, they're just glamorised practice bounce matches. They mean nothing.
100%, mate.
Yeah,
100%.
Rodgers and his team are seen Anamura in training and stuff like that. Maybe he's not even fit enough to go full pelt in the SPFL yet or anything like that.
Aye.
I mean, that's a big jump for a guy that's hardly played any games of football for that J League to come and get kicked up and do the Pataudry yesterday.
Yep, exactly. So no, it's I don't know.
But the Maeda thing for me, it's. I mean, you see people, oh, he's wanting to play the striker role. That's how he's not signing the new contract. Well, that's not up to him to demand that to any manager. Do you know what I mean? He played 10 games as a striker. Out of 160 games for Celtic, he's played 10 games as a striker. Last season, as we spoke about earlier on, Jerry, last season, up to Christmas Day, he had 2 goals. 2 goals up to Christmas Day. The season before that, I think by the turn of the year, he had 3 or 4 goals. So the slow start to the season, maybe just him. But, I mean, even to the chat, right, see if we'd Celtic Maeda last time, no this time obviously, but it's near the end of the window, but like last summer, would anybody really have bothered? And I mean, it was one of the players, Jerry, how many podcasts did we all sit here and say, he can run and he can work, but he can do everything, but when he's got the ball at his feet, he's not very good. We used to say that. But he's running and chasing back and stuff, pressure and stuff like that, fantastic. But he's not that great a footballer.
No, we used to say...
Just what you've said with skills. And Maeda, many times, I mean...
Oh, he wouldn't have
clear through Ibrox, he could have won that.
Even, I wouldn't say his work rate is low now, it's just his touch and everything else just doesn't seem to be there. And I don't think...
See if we're talking like 27 million in that, see if that's true, I'd take it on off anybody for that. Aye. As long, again, it's the same old story, but as long as it's going to get put back into the squad.
We'll see if he's not going to sign this new contract before the window's shut. I would hunt him anyway, because after the 6 months he's had and the only a couple of years left in his contract, this is when you're going to get the most money for him. And it suits our so-called business model.
G-Dog, that was the G-Dog, the cup final one, the one at Ibrox, stuff like that. That's, I mean, if Big Ida, see the one yesterday, see if that was Ida, he'd be getting crucified over that. And rightly so, I'm not saying he shouldn't be, but Maeda's never a striker.
No for me.
No
for me.
I don't know, maybe it's a bit of a kind of tinfoil hat moment. Do you think maybe what Jota was brought in January to be Maeda's replacement this summer?
No, I think they knew Kuhn was going. I think Shin's Maeda's long-term replacement.
You think so?
Aye. Yep. I know he's meant to look decent up front, but he's predominantly played in the wing. And I think I think Shin's Maeda's replacement, especially with his work rate and his speed. I think it would be work well. I've never seen any of him in the game he played in pre-season, but by all accounts, he's 20 minutes up front. He looked sharp. He looked really good. But again, it's difficult to judge when it is pre-season. He had a chance yesterday with a head. That was his one and only chance. Could have maybe done a wee bit better, but we'll wait and see. Maeda played in the right at first when he came in. Did he know? Bobby said he's a striker, a right winger.
No, Maeda's always. He played the odd game in the right wing, but mostly it's the left wing Maeda plays on.
But I think Kuhn.
Now, see, that's a thing I know what Ian's saying there. It's a different dynamic in the team with KT in the team.
Well, that's true. But even still, he's been like a bit of a headless chicken.
In a stolen motor.
Run about a headless chicken like a stolen motor, aye. I don't know where the Bishop is, because he was all keen and coming on. He must have been held up.
There'll be Ireland's getting them holding the pads, getting out. Do you know what I mean? Getting worked up, the Rocky music and that playing in the background.
That's it. I had to go on his tangent about the board. But hey, I totally agree with him. But no, I think Maida's for the off, mate. And it doesn't bode well as putting in £2 million bids for some boy at West Ham. Well, he's in loan elsewhere than us, or was?
I don't even know, Jerry. I honestly don't even know.
Nah, well, it's not really set the world on fire.
That Balikwisha, is it Balikwisha you pronounce it? Balikwisha?
Aye, that winger.
Aye, supposedly it's what's holding it up, holding up his sign, if you like to call it that, as he's waiting to see if we get the Champions League. Which again, you can see why players would be doing that. And it's one of the things that we have spoke about. They've got to. I mean, it's all right, people would moan about the board no spending this and no spending that, but you've got to get players that are willing to come to Scotland. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know, Matt. It's the same old. We always gaffer heed this time of the year. We sell every single year. You're frustrated as anything, and you just hope and pray that the things change. But again, we were guaranteed Champions League last season, and look, we had to pay over the odds for Fleming Ida. Last day of the window, we're paying a £2 or £3 million more than what we should have for him. And with our pants pulled down there by Norwich for that. So there was no reason we can't pull the trigger early.
Oh, I mean that is the ideal situation. Do you know what I mean? You want at least the majority of your new signings in for getting back to pre-season.
Yep,
but
100%.
I mean, it's not. I mean, this isn't. It's not just. I mean, everybody we're in Scotland. It's all look there, the Huns signing this and signing that and that. But even down in England or across Europe and that, there's not really much. And there's no much transfers actually happened.
Unless you're a Liverpool fan, yes.
Aye, well, if you're going to say that, aye, there's been the odd big ones in that, but
aye.
In the next couple of weeks, this is when you'll start to see it all, and it'll be the domino effect when all these teams get their players in, and maybe that's players will be Celtic's more in. Do you know what I mean? The domino effect is so and so coming in, and somebody else becomes available to us and stuff like that.
Yep. I mean, there's shoes on our foot. See, if we don't make the Champions League, God forbid, do you think the board will look to sell Maida?
Nah.
No.
I don't think it would be like that. Oh, we didn't make the Champions League.
Yep.
See that's what I would go for him again, G-Doc, I think. Because that was shocking what they done with that guy. That guy was choking to come for Celtic.
That boy Strelic.
Aye, and Bratislava messed it about. I mean, he went striking everything. You know what I mean? He was that. And
I would like.
What?
Is he good?
Oh, aye.
Well, if he's good enough, he's centre forward. Aye.
I can't mind the full figures and all that, but even him and his agent came out and said that Bratislava were wanting, basically, no, that's no right, the transfer fee.
Yep. But a bit ironic if we go to them in the next round, though, if they get through. If they might throw the toys out of pram and then be playing against us.
Aye, be bit of fucking mind games in that.
Okay, you'd be putting another offer in for him, wouldn't you? Before the tie.
But I mean, you know what I've said about it, but I still maintain 100% that there'll be a striker brought in, like a new number one striker. Well, no number one, but it'll be between him and Big Ida to fight it out to be like a starting striker.
We've been needing a striker since we knew Kyogo was gone this time last year, and we're still waiting. It's ridiculous to be getting into Champions League qualifiers waiting on a striker, and then holding off to see how he fares Wild. He will let Kyogo go in January.
But
and they're
Jerry, see if we, honest to God, see if we don't get through this Champions League qualifier. That's down
Aye.
to Rodgers.
I'd hunt him if we don't get down to it as well.
That's to me, because the money, the quality, the standard, everything, there should be miles in front of either of the two teams.
Mm-hmm.
And I know anything can maybe happen in a 1.5 game, but our two legs, it shouldn't happen.
No. And I don't want to, going back to talk about Kyogo, I seen him on the Friday, and the Friday night's game for Birmingham, he was unlucky. And as I say that, I texted you and said, Davies has got that Birmingham playing well. They work hard, they press high, they know where they're meant to be, what they're meant to be doing. He would be a no bad shout. If Mr. Rodgers decides he's had enough and jumps ship, I wouldn't mind taking him in. I don't want to steal Dave Kev's thunder, because apparently he had said it yonks ago, but Birmingham looked like a right good team. But see, regardless of who we get in, and I said this to you in the chat before, if Brendan had to walk because he wasn't getting backed, we're not going to get a manager, I don't think, is at the same level of him, or one that's going to be able to stand up to that board and win a fight. They're just going to be yes men and take whatever players are given. And that's where the problem lies for me. That's our biggest issue.
Aye, Terry's right. The biggest issue at Celtic's the way the club's ran. There's no doubt about it. I mean, there's no issue with there's no issue with money. What other football club in the world doesn't need to worry about money the way Celtic do? What other Man City's not sitting with £100 million in the bank. Do you know what I mean? Newcastle, the richest club in the world, they're not sitting with £100 million in the bank. Do you know? Obviously they're getting money to spend and that kind of thing, but no sitting there in the reserve kind of thing.
Yep.
We've spoke about it before. We just see with people, Jerry, and they don't know how to spend the money.
Mm-hmm.
But this is so much money being charged that they're scared to spend it in case they mess it up. But again, we keep going on about it. Just see if Rodgers does go, and even if it's at the end of the season, at some point in the next couple of years, there's got to be a massive reset at Celtic the way the club is run from top to bottom. There's got to be we're going to. David Murray, see what Celtic are the new. This is what David Murray wanted Rangers to be like when he was bankrupting them, basically tapping left, right, and centre. We don't need to tap money off the bank. We didn't need to get into debt to spend crazy money. Because we've got it, and we'll generate it every single year. Even the odd year if we don't get into the Champions League, we'll still generate massive money because of the support, the way we back them, we buy stuff, and the sponsorship deals and everything we've got in place.
Yep. See, the thing is, we've not got the right people. We've got they're all there, been there too long, and you get complacent, you get easy and all the rest of it, you just coast along when you've been in a job that length of time. There's there is pressure, but they know that there's nobody there to come down them. Now, I've heard that Dermot Desmond's an absolute control freak, and it's him that's running everything, and Lowell and Nicola are meant to be just a pair of yes men, but I don't know if I believe that. But there's been too many of them in there for too long, and I'm up for a change. But I think they need different people in there to be running and organising it a bit better.
Just even
football men.
I mean, see, really, Jerry, you only need like one or two football guys on the board. Even if we brought in a director of football and gave him like a non-executive board position. Yep. All he's doing sitting in the board meetings, but he's doing everything for the football side of the perspective. There's nobody in that boardroom that know doing that. It's all money men. And all, as you said, there's not been there for years. There's no modern outlook, there's no modern thinking towards things and stuff like that. I think it's a fear. They don't actually know what to do with the amount of money Celtic make. They're not capable of understanding how to manage that money for the good of Celtic.
Yep. What about Tisdale? What do we think of him?
Well, we don't know anything. We don't know anything about him, do we? I
Well,
mean,
do you think any of the these signings that
well, I was
we've
going to
made
say
so far
that. I
are
think
his recommendations?
I think so. Like a young boy for Fulham and that.
Aye,
Do you know what I mean? Maybe even like Shin in that as well. Maybe, although because well, let's face it, Faye Ange came. The Japanese market's obviously a market that we keep a close eye on as a club.
yep. Mm-hmm.
AR saying Tisdale's an urban myth. He doesn't exist. Oh, we're not talking about. We're not getting into that. We're not getting into people that didn't exist on here.
I'm beginning to
That's a
wonder.
touchy subject.
I'm beginning to wonder.
I mean, again, you'd like you're not wanting the guy in the paper every day. Do you know what I mean? Being a or look at me type of fancy ass kind of guy, but you'd like to at least have a couple of interviews after the guy for his kind of outlook and what he looks for and what he does day to day and stuff like that. Just a general daft. Even like a Celtic TV interview, I've not been seeing him do anything like that, have you?
No, nothing, no sort of thing. I'm not really
I mean,
wanting
that's
to
it.
see
I
him
mean, we've
TV
got
man
him,
the way he dresses.
but
Like somebody from the West End.
we've got Tisdale, we've got Beaker Nicholson. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Just
And then Maloney. What's Maloney's role?
is he no took her for? Was it a day that left that
Dave.
Pathways manager and stuff like that?
Yep. Aye. So I don't know if it's a case of Rodgers isn't up for any of these players that Tisdale's recommending, or whether the board doesn't trust Rodgers to bring in anybody, because Engels, Trusty and Ida have come in for decent money, and maybe you would only say that Engels is done anything of note, and I'm not saying the jury's out on. Engels is a young boy, and I think he'll come on leaps and bounds. I think he'll be quite similar to O'Reilly, and that he'll keep improving and going to be a right good footballer. But with Trusty and Ida, I'm definitely not convinced. I just think Big Ida, his touch and everything else I think he's maybe he's a better impact player, and that's what he's always been. But first choice starting striker, I don't think he's got to be for me, if I'm honest.
He's struggling, man. He really is. I mean, I keep saying it. It looks as if he's playing with the weight of the world on his shoulders. I mean, yesterday, one chance.
Yep.
And again, he's a striker, so it's not really up to him to create chances. But
see, the thing is, for me, see when he's out wide and he maybe he wins the ball and whatever, he doesn't bust his ass to get into that box. I watched him over the last two games, and he's no bust his ass to get into the centre of that box and try and go on to end one of the chances. He just kind of dilly-dallies about. If it was me, once he wins that ball, he's wanting to get in the box and trying to get the end of something. But I don't know. We'll wait and see. What about Matt O'Reilly with Juventus? Did you see that?
aye, that's a great move for him.
Oh, no half. I think it would be fantastic. It would be better suited for me, I think. Going to Italy, they will down south.
Don't think we'll get any money back after that, will we? Is it not just a kind of...
I'm not sure, man. There's definitely going to be a sell-on clause with that deals, I know.
Aye, but so, I only for getting a profit, but...
Aye. Was he going for the same as with Brighton? You sell with Brighton?
Aye, I think so. I think it maybe even be fucking less, to be honest, Jerry.
Even still, 25 million for him. You consider what some of them are going for. We paid 11 for Engels. So it's no bad deal for.
Well, they're saying there's some people are saying it's closer to 40 million euros.
40 million euros.
Where one of them saying below 50 million.
All right, I will.
So we maybe get something out of it. Do you know what I mean?
Aye, top up the dividends.
Still love to see him back here, man. That'd be great to get Matt O'Reilly back.
Back here?
Aye.
But to watch a couple of the games, there's no way he's coming back to play.
I just said I'd love to. I'm not
Oh,
saying
you'd
he's
love
got.
to.
Aye.
Aye, very good. Very
How?
good.
How? Maybe come back a free transfer in 5 years' time.
Oh, aye, like KT. Like
Aye.
KT. He loves the club that much. Aye, definitely. It's happening. I can see it happening now, mate. Get the hoose on it.
But right, on the subject of KT, come on. 64 minutes last week. What was it? Yesterday?
70. He had
Do
a
you know
bug
what?
yesterday, apparently. He was sick
Aye.
before and after, before and during the game.
Roger said he was sick out of the dressing room.
Aye.
Fuck's sake. That's healthy, innit? So is that the bug getting passed off fucking round the dressing room for fucking Friday night?
Yeah, play the second team and beat Falkirk there, poor.
Fucking cunt had a hangover. That's what it would have been.
Aye.
Hangover. Him
I think
and Yacht up playing fucking FIFA all night.
Aye. Eating sweeties. No, it's ease him in. The same as I'd have took him off a wee bit earlier. I'd have took. I'm surprised Forrest stayed on as long as he did.
I thought Forrest did a great game today, didn't he?
Aye, but I'd have still took him off. I mean, he's 34 and he's the only right winger we've got because Yang's not going to be doing much. The sooner they punt him and get somebody else in, or even one of the youth players, the better. He's not going to cut the mustard here.
No. Yang's decent. I'd punt him out in loan, Jerry. I would. I'd try and punt Yang out in loan at a team. I don't know. Even see if the Huns will take him in loan for a season. One of your teams is, do you know what I mean? Hibs or Aberdeen or the Huns or something.
Swap him with Ant-Man or Gasman or
Aye.
Bessers or all three. No.
They were terrible, weren't they? Did you watch any of that?
No, all I seen was the boy for the sending off. Oh no, I'm a liar. I seen that the penalty thing, the penalty shout. They go and the boy gets sent off. He looks as if he's running in quicksand. That boy they've got on loan for Wolves. I thought, oh, here, happy days. Just need to get the ball knocked out of the tap of him, and we're laughing because Shooter, he's not the quickest. That big boy looked as if he's running in quicksand. I thought, oh, this is going to be fun. And then the penalty, that was frightening. But somebody was, a couple of the monkeys I heard saying that the boy shoved him in the back, but I thought it was for the leg getting thrown up.
Plus,
as if he'd been shot.
He was pulling at his shorts and everything for the penalty. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
But I don't even know who the Rangers player was. I'm honestly, I've seen majority of Rangers players. I wouldn't even know him
man boy, was it
no? Is
that
that who it was? But I mean, that'll see that review thing today. That'll come out as they shouldn't have gave that penalty. Aye, that's fine and well, but what about the time?
Okay, they're irrelevant. Let them worry about second place with Hearts.
But I mean, I just stuck when I saw they were losing 1-0, I stuck on a stream, and then they get the penalty, and I was like, here we go. And then they get the fucking equaliser. I turned it off, and I just saw the boys on the Discord and that saying, it's offside, and I stuck it back on just to catch it. How did that linesman no spot that offside? That should never have needed a VAR review for that.
No, 100%. Definitely. It was half a yard offside.
Celtic's not really much to do with VAR the last couple of games, have they?
Well, no, there was one yesterday in the middle of the park with McGregor, and the ball bounced up, and the boy hit it with
the handball? Aye,
it was right in front of Beaton, and they were right up in the... Schmeichel makes a good save. Then they get a corner at it. How did Beaton not see that when it was 2 yards in front of him? And it was not as if the boy, Horn was in an unnatural position.
That was
he changed the direction of the ball and everything. It was up. So I don't know how Beaton never called for that.
They were a big tough team yesterday, Aberdeen, weren't they?
They were there just to sit in and bully and try and break up a play.
But I thought at the start of the game, Jerry, they were up for like the first 10 minutes. Which
first 10 minutes they were a better team.
You kind of expect that at any away ground, the home team comes out firing all cylinders and stuff like that. But I think once the first goal went in, I think that was us. That was us in control, and they started sitting back a bit. But at least they kind of fought a bit better than compared to St
Yeah.
Mirren. Last week, you were just happy to just sit there.
Well, as I say, that Negrin's a tidy player, and he'll
Aye.
be a great player for us, I think. Very tidy, works hard, good with the ball, tight situations. Took his goal really well.
He doesn't. He's not get the. He doesn't look like physically. You wouldn't have him down as a winger, wouldn't you? Know.
No, definitely
Like,
not.
he's
But
bald. He's a bit. I mean, I don't know what height he has that is, but he kind of looks a bit like beanpoley a wee bit. Do you know what I mean?
aye, well, I thought
But
he was going to start out there instead of Forrest yesterday, and they've got to play Engels as well. But Engels has done well when he's came on the last couple of games. But I'm hoping. I really do want Engels to succeed and do well, and I think he will. I think we're all thinking after spending 11 million on him and wondering. He's a young boy in a new environment. He's going to take a bit of time. It's not as if he can just flick a switch and join, and that's him. He's going to be the finished article. At times, I've thought to myself, 11
he's
million
learning.
for him.
He's learning a new position, Jerry. I know.
Well, that's it. A few people have said he's maybe a six than anything
Aye.
else. But at times I've looked, I've said, right, what is he actually? Does he stand out at something?
But again, Jerry, does it not look as if the transfer fees weighing down on him? He's another one like it's just it doesn't look Engels like it doesn't look as if he's playing with any confidence. Do you get what I mean?
I know. I can see where you're coming from.
See for him being playing as a number 6, he must be used to getting the ball at his feet, getting the ball, and he's head up with a look about, and then, do you know what I mean? Starting moves or doing whatever. But now he's not the one that's looking up because he's in the more advanced position. So I don't know. It's just, but I mean, you've seen flashes at him last season. The boys get quality. He just needs to find a kind of level of consistency and where his actual role is in the team, and maybe even show a wee bit more of a personality on the
last
part.
week he came on, I thought he had a wee bit of dig about him. He was wanting to get stuck in, and I thought he showed up well with the 15 minutes he got last week, and then the 10 minutes or whatever he got yesterday. I thought he done well, but it's all right coming off the bench, and especially a game yesterday when the game was won. But I think him and Nygren will be very good players for us going forward.
Even the mental side of Jerry, kind of a young boy coming out and joining a club like Celtic, getting out in the street and getting recognised everywhere, stuff like that. That's all got to be affected. Not just Engels. I think things that'll affect any young player. I can even remember like wee Rocco Vata, right? Wee Rocco Vata was like a Celtic youth player. I'd see him at chapel with his mum on a Saturday, and a few guys knew. Do you know what I mean? Older guys and guys knew that he was a Celtic youth player and stuff like that. Then see when he started getting about the first team, all the young Waynes were all see every Saturday outside chapel and that. All the Waynes are all round about him and that. Oh, Rocco, do you know what I mean? And it's the time he's only still 17 or something like that.
Aye.
So I mean that's crazy. I mean I know how that feels with the women chasing me wherever I go. You know what I mean? I can be at chapel and all the women are like that. Or what you doing the night in that, big man? Stuff like that. So it must be brutal if you've got a Celtic top to wear at the weekend and have to live like that, I know.
No, it must be horrendous, mate. It must be horrendous.
Tough at the top.
Aye, 100%. But what about Hatate? How do you think he done yesterday?
Put Bobby saying, I don't think he done much apart from his goal.
What a strike it was, right enough.
Oh, crap.
2 or 3 keepers in, they weren't saving that.
Even Butland wouldn't have get that. Evening, Paul Maguire, nice to see you, mate. Thanks for coming in. Hail.
He's been doing apparently not too bad for them, but he got caught out with that Luton header yesterday. Saturday for the Monkeys. But who gives a
Butland.
monkey about them? Aye, fuck them. They've got to worry about 3rd place, aren't they? 2nd or 3rd place.
But Hatate for me is just one. I've said this about him before, Jerry. It's again a level of consistency needs to find.
Yep.
He's either playing at like like he's a 7 or 8, or he's like a 3 or 4 out of 10. Do you know what I
Aye.
mean? It needs to be every week. You need to be at least a 7 out of 10 for Celtic kind of thing.
Yep.
That kind. It's just. He's a weird one with Hattati. I don't know. I mean, I'm surprised that there's still no much talk about him leaving, because that was one of the
I would have seen with the three of
bubbling
them at the
away for
start.
months, isn't it?
With the three of them at the start, I would have said he'd have been away first. He
Aye.
would have been away first. And it looks as if he's going to be away last. But if Hattati could move the ball a bit quicker for me and show that bit of consistency, he would be what a player. But as I say, sometimes he just slows the play down a wee bit too much for my liking. But as I say, when he's on his game, brilliant. But see when he's no, when the first couple of minutes, 5 minutes,
Aye.
you're as well making a sub and getting him off the park. And I think that's maybe what stopped him from moving to a so-called bigger league.
And it's like see what Rodgers talks about like getting this like power and dynamic stuff into the team and stuff like that. But you're saying there, Hattati doesn't help that.
No, but that's the 3 goals we've scored this season. It's all because we've moved the ball quick.
Aye.
It's
I
when
mean,
we slow it down
see,
and
so-
let
see
teams get
what-
into position. But
I mean,
that's what hinders
a lot of
us.
the things that Rodgers says that he's looking for, I think it should be down to him to do that, if you get what I mean, Jerry. If he's looking for like power and urgency and pace to get the... Do you know what I mean? If he's looking for that...
That's the 3 words you hear him saying about his team. He's wanting
Aye.
power, pace, urgency, or this shite, just flowing buzzwords. But when they're on the park, I think he's the one that encourages the wingers to cut in and all the rest of the shit. But surely, if you're a centre mid, you've got you're fit the ball. You're not wanting to look to try and go sideways or back. You want to try and get it forward and into space for your wingers, or try and play your centre forward through, or do what he does. He can drive us forward at times through these second and third lines. Sometimes he's good at that, but when you take that touch, you're letting another team get back into position and get men back. It then congests the whole area and slows it right down. It's pish.
Aye. I mean, that's it. For me, the kind of what Rodgers is talking about, he's saying he's looking for this, but that a lot is down to his tactics. If he wants the team to be quicker and pacier and more dynamic and more hard-hitting, that's up to him to get them to move the ball quicker.
Aye, 100%.
It's not a lot of it comes down to that. It's nothing to do with the players on the park.
Yep.
I mean, it's like I've said the other night on the forum and stuff like that. Right, Rodgers is going on and he's moaning about trying to get players in, But where's his side of the bargain about, my job's to improve players we've got?
He says he come in. I know this is one thing folk have said. Who's he improved? Kuhn?
What, for 6 months?
For 6 months.
With a good 6 months out of him. With a good 6 months out of Maeda. Big guy does. He's no big guy does terrified. Do you know what I mean? He's not done anything at all to help that boy's career in 18 months now.
What about Scales?
I don't think he's improved Scales.
No.
Scales isn't any better or any worse than he was under Ange.
And
Carter Vickers, I'd probably say, is worse under Rodgers. Maybe that's down to kind of maybe his wee injury problems. I'm saying that, so I'll maybe give him a bye. But I mean, that's Rodgers. Well, where's your part of the bargain?
Mm-hmm.
See, when everything's rosy in the garden, we've just pumped Rangers or pumped a team in Europe and stuff like that. It's great, and he's all proud of his players, and he played a great set of players and stuff like that. But then when it goes wrong all of a sudden, it's like, I need this added to the team, and I'm not getting this. Well, take your end of the job then, Brendan, and improve the players we've got.
Aye, I've heard that for a few folk. But Bobby, confidence is a massive thing with a lot of players though. Massive with a lot of them. But there was another one, somebody was it Bobby 1962 about the Brownhill rumours What's happening? Is that what it away yet?
It
I
was the
think
money
it's
he
just
was
because of the
wanting.
money. He's 60 grand a week he was wanting
I was wanting. Oh, what was it? Was it 2 million a year off us
for 4 years.
on a 4-year deal, and he wanted.
Plus,
I think he wanted 4. I think it was 3. I think it was maybe 3.5 or 4 million. He wanted to have West Ham.
aye,
I mean,
he was wanting that
again,
plus wages.
no, that's his
Was that,
wages. He's in a
that was
free
his
mind.
wages?
He's in a free mind.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So it was a free, but again, you work out, is it that dear? But again, is that an inspirational signing to spend that kind of money on?
Damned if you do. We're moaning when we don't spend it, then we were looking with the
But
players wanting that.
you
Look
can
at
go get.
KT. He's got it. He's £3 million a year, is it? Is it?
Meant to be
Aye.
about 60 grand a week.
Yep.
Took a 50% pay cut to come.
Aye.
I mean, and I'll say this, and right, I mean, I like to laugh and a joke about it, and not calling them hobnob hips and stuff like that. But I mean, I'd love a fully fit KT to run riot for Celtic. But it's a hell of a gamble going with his record. That's the only thing about it. And especially, see like Inamura, right? People always great in pre-season, but there's a big difference of playing pre-season against for Celtic, maybe having to come up against AC Milan in the Champions League because KT pulled his, do you know what I mean? Pulled his leg at the weekend.
Try to track Dessers or Gasman or Ant-Man.
But do you know what I mean by that? Inamura might have done well in the pre-season friendly, Jerry, but with KT's injury record, we might need a left back that's capable of playing a game in the Champions League. Inamura would get ripped to shreds against a top team then.
100%. He's hardly kicked a ball his entire career. He's just starting out. I mean, he never played a lot of games in Japan, but I wouldn't be relying on KT to be playing every game week in, week out. 100% we need another left back, but I'm just no confident. I mean, if they're the type of players we're going for, that boy Irvin at West Ham, are you confident we're going to be bringing players in?
I'm confident. I'm more confident there's going to be players brought in. But as the time's ticking on, Jerry, even me's starting to worry. It's like, I mean, don't get us wrong. There's no real rumours of that coming out of Celtic. You know that yourself, Jerry, up about the training ground and stuff like that, which is a bit of a worry in its own. But it lets you then when you see that the players are getting linked with like this Irvin, and you're like, oh, what's going on here?
Yep. Aye, that does the fault, and then folks saying that there's 3 or 4 or 5 lined up just waiting to pull the trigger. I'm no buying that shite either. I really don't buy that shite that we've got 4. It's just that Dermot Desmond's no pulled the trigger on them. There's nothing coming out of Celtic now at all, rumour wise.
No. Even stupid rumours. Do you know what I mean? There's not even any mad stuff. Do you know what I mean? Months ago, Bobby will tell you name. I spoke to Bobby. There was somebody, a young guy who was meant to be for Blackburn. I thought it was that had been shown around Lennoxtown and Celtic Park and that. And Bobby came up with a couple of names, and then a few weeks later it came up in the papers or something like that we were looking at this young guy. But even that, nothing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I heard a guy. I need to Google the name again. I don't even know how you start to pronounce it.
Dolan.
That Polish player I mentioned the other day. Oh, it's Jasper something. Spelt there. See, I should have looked this up before I came on. Bobby, this is your jobs, man.
This is shocking. You used to look this
I
up,
know.
man. This is looking amateur. Urbanski.
Aye, that's it.
I remembered that.
Aye, Jasper, aye, something like that, Bobby, aye, Urbanski. But that's just somebody that tell me that we scout them. But Celtic scout hundreds, thousands of players every year at all different levels.
Yep.
But it's just there's just something weird going on, I think, about it all.
Bobby 1962 saying that boy's a good player, that Burnley captain, Brownhill.
Oh, aye, yes, he's a good player.
Would he start?
Well, if we were going to be spending that money on it, you would like to think so. But again, then, does that mean that somebody is like leaving?
Aye, we're not going to keep
I
on
mean,
name
Celtic's
Bernardo
Celtic. I mean,
McCown.
it's kind of an open secret. Celtic's like they're looking at central midfielders. So for me, there's got to be one leaving. I mean, there's teams sniffing about Bernardo after he's shown in the Euro, the under 21 Euros and stuff like that.
Yep.
And he's not getting much of a sniff at the team at all.
No.
Even last season, he never really got a sniff. So Bernardo maybe fancy a wee move this window. And who could blame him?
No. I like Bernardo. I think there's a player there.
I don't know why he's no. Even last season after being on loan and then but we got a cracking deal with him. Mind they wanted, was it 6.5 million and we got him for 3, was it?
Yep.
Stuff and he just really gets a sniff. It's a strange one. I think he's a cracking player, Bernardo.
So they are. So they are. I think he's a cracking player. What would you take for him?
Bernardo? Well, really, I mean, what could you ask for him? 8 million? I don't even know.
Yeah, I would have took 8 million, no bother, I think, from. But we're a big selling because I do genuinely think he'll be a right good player. And I'd have gave him more a sniff than a few of them.
I mean, folks saying that he's kind of back up for McGregor. Oh, give him a chance then and save McGregor. She forgot to wrap KT in cotton wool last season. Can we not wrap McGregor in cotton wool a wee bit as well?
We've been asking for that for a couple of seasons.
Exactly.
Asking for a couple of seasons.
Again, it comes a time that the fucking manager's got to put his foot down. Say, look, Calm, you don't need to play every game. We know you're fucking choking till you want to be because you're the captain and all that, but no, it's no harm. It's no harm. And we need to progress the team as such. He's a bit boring. He's a bit boring.
No, I to say that. No, I like Bernardo. I like him.
Dane Bobby playing Trivial Pursuits with him or something.
Aye.
Scrabble.
But no, I like him, and I think
but that's the thing.
Maybe that holding role.
Aye, he can do the boring stuff, Bobby, but he does it well.
Yep.
Many players not come because they know Rodgers might not have a player. There is a definite favouritism, I think, as well with Rodgers. He's always been a bit that way inclined into to get his favourites and that's it. They play no matter what.
That's how he'll no drop Casper before the end of this season. That's how Cincinnati's not going to get a sniff until this season's done with. And I don't know if it's the right call. I don't know if it's the right call because I think he's a right good keeper and I'm not as confident in Schmeichel as I was.
Dave Kev, he doesn't rate we look McCowan. Don't know why, arguing about it all the time. Well, he rates him, but he doesn't think he's as good as
starting quality.
Aye. And he says that that's Rodgers' ego just holding Bernardo back and giving McCowan the kind of to prove Rodgers was right about McCowan kind of thing. But I mean, McCowan.
McCowan's one of us. You need boys like that and about the team. Aye. But I do agree. I would play Bernardo before I play McCowan. He's a better football player.
But see what we're talking about there, Jerry, right? See against certain teams in Scotland, why is we starting midfield no Bernardo, McCowan, and whether it's Engels or Nygren or whatever.
We played one game that with the three of them were absolute holding, you know.
Aye, but you need to work at it.
Oh, aye, 100%. 100%. But Aye, Bernardo should marry a game, but again, we've been wanting McGregor rested for a couple of seasons now, and it's not going to happen. And it does come down. Rogers, I've told you some of these stories about Manoy's. As a man, he's no my cup of tea at all. But a coach, he seems to know what he's doing. And Ian, I agree with you. McCown will be a great pro as well, and you need people like that about, and he knows what we're all about. He's a petrol thrower like the rest of us, so you're needing folk like him in and about the team and the squad. What get it? And I agree. Cincinnati should have started in the cup final, mate. And it was a cracking save by Schmeichel at nothing each.
Oh, that was, definitely.
Yeah, it was a right good save.
Just catching up with the chat there.
What's that, mate?
I'm just catching up with the chat there. McKeown's a great pro. Aye. I mean, McKeown he's a type of player that you can rely on. He'll get there, and whether he's on the park for 90 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, he's got to give you everything he's got in his tank.
I'll give you all. 100%. As I say, that we need boys like that about the squad. And as again, pre-season is just for the youth to fill the squad numbers till the first team players get back and get fit. We're not going to see any of them in about the squad again. What about the John Joe Kenny? Do you think that was a surprise, him getting that new contract? John Joe Kenny, Johnny Kenny?
No, I think the plan always was, Jerry, that he signed the contract and he'll get him loan, or if he didn't, they were going to try and sell him.
Yep.
Oh, love it. That's 100%. There's some stories, and I swear, see if we could tell you some of the stories about Rodgers. In it, Jerry?
What's that, mate?
Love it's talking about Rodgers like Mourinho believes he's right all the time.
I've signed a non-disclosure, mate. I can't say a thing.
Aye.
You can tell them. You can tell them.
No. £36 bottles of shampoo.
I know. Wild, that. Just for Jerry.
The board and miserable gets and all that. They're buying Brendan Rodgers £36 bottles of shampoo.
That's it. Special mirrors and demisters and...
Just for men.
Carpet's got to be 2 inches thick and certain material and that. Weird though.
That was weirdness.
Eh?
That is a lot of that was weirdness. Wasn't it? Actually, like,
aye, freak, mate.
Aye, that's pure ego-driven kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But I suppose see if you've got to that level, like managing down the pub league.
Yep.
That's got to kind of even give you some kind of illusions of grandeur and that. I mean, Rodgers is a multi-millionaire even with the property and that he owns and stuff like that.
It's frightening.
It's not see, and that's the thing about it, right? See if Rodgers. Here's the thing, right? I don't know. This maybe not come out the way I'm not meaning we're beginning to party with the painted bed sheets and stuff like that, right? But see if there's something rotten in the state of Denmark and out at Celtic Park. Rodgers the news. Why is Rodgers not coming out and mobilising the fans, getting the fans behind him? Why is Rodgers not get the contacts and fit by even within Celtic? Like you might not like that. The Linsell Crane and that trainer guy and that. Can Rodgers not get them to try and get rid of Dermot Desmond? Because if enough shares go against Desmond, his 34% means nothing. If Rodgers cares about Celtic that much and he's that much a Celtic man, he could get what I mean, Jerry, get involved in that kind of fight for the club. If it's that wrong, what's going on behind the scenes is that wrong.
Rodgers cares about Rodgers. That's all he cares about, mate.
See, that's it.
That's all he cares about. But see what summed it up? Remember when he went out to sign that clown Comper? Marvin Comper?
Aye.
And he tried to impress him. That Marvin Comper, I can't remember, had some stupid diet. And Rodgers got him out of his house and tried to impress him by having all this fuck knows, it was wild, man, the shit that guy was eating. But no, Rogers, honestly, man, read, I'll get it, I'll send you the link. Rogers had all this, I don't know what it was, man. At the time I remember reading it, thinking, is this a wind-up? Trying to impress this Marvin Comper and all the rest of it. Kid, no, I don't know if it was the kid on it, he was into it or what. But anyway, it worked, and the clown signed for his man, and he never kicked a ball, but yet, at the end of the season, he was trooping about the park, waving at every day with a medal and all the rest of it, as if he'd contributed. That summed it up for me when he done all that shit with the food that Comper eats. He got it all in and made it look as if that's the kind of stuff that he's into as well. I just thought, man, thrash piece. Who does that? I'm all for try to do things to win players who aren't signing them and all that.
Sweet talk players, aye.
But no, going the full hog, getting all that stuff in.
You take them out for a meal and they get what they want and you get what you want, innit? You're sitting eating a burger.
That's it. Ragu steak, but it was wild stuff. It was nuts and berries and all that. I don't know. I'll find it. It was wild. Or Bobby can fin out the Marvin Comper's diet.
But I mean, there's wild stories about hundreds of managers like that in there that go to that kind of nth degree. Do you think maybe? I mean, do you think off in kind of the modern game? I mean, I'm not meaning that against anybody. I've got OCD.
He's ripping at him, mate.
But do you think that's a thing in a lot of these kind of modern managers, the overthinking every minute detail? And
I can't believe that he wasn't wearing a tie yesterday, man. That shocked me more than anything.
It's one of the biggest shocks. He didn't have a belt.
But what everybody else does.
He forgot his Gucci belt, I know.
Aye. What's going on, man?
Maybe KT spewed at him. Maybe KT wiped his chin with his tie.
That's it. That's exactly what's happened, mate. Well done. So somebody that's OCD or not to be trooping about wearing maybe he's going to the Russell Martin look, I don't know.
Cameron flip-flop, what I know. Get Greg. What does Rogers eat for breakfast? Get Greg on the case for that.
Listen, he's Greg's mate and you another new bird. So he's under the thumb. You'll not hear from Greg until this one dumps him in a couple of weeks' time. I mean, he manages to get.
He gets her chained up in the basement and he gets a break for her.
That's it. So if she gets set free, he's dumped. But no, he normally gets to about 4 weeks and then that's it. They're slung out the door. So you maybe hear from for the Huns podcast when we play them.
4 weeks of Greg, man.
Mm-hmm. We can't say any more. You'll give him away who he is. We can't say any more. But no tie. That's definitely a clear message. I agree with you.
You're not hanging me out to dry.
Aye, Bobby, you could be right. It could have been chia seeds and humus and all that weird and wonderful shit that nobody else eats.
I've never tasted that humus stuff in my life, man. It's no.
What she calls fat camp, she put some shit and put some of that stuff in a wrap, and I would never eat it a month or something. Honestly,
that other stuff, I know that's fucking terrible.
That's alright if you're trying to lose the timber as well.
No,
but you can't just eat it with
chips.
Cool. You can't just eat it. You need to put some happy it.
Chips and grated cheese, fried bacon.
Aye. Oh no, I can't, man. I'm going in the shower, man. No legs are getting wet. I'm hanging all roads, you know.
Jerry, it's just a fucking what is that? An engine for a love machine.
That's all
you're doing. You're just fueling that.
I've obviously used that one before, haven't I? But if and it's a big if, we can get players in, Jake, that Bill Shack will be one of them, the winger.
Well, it's kind of been
it's
known
that he's rumble
but he's own. I mean, he's literally
it's been deed.
Well, I think there's a chance that he will come in because of that, Jerry. It's been on that long and then went quiet. He's not went anywhere else, and then it's come out that he's supposedly waiting to see if we get the Champions League. So that could be believable.
But again, do you think see these players that are wanting the wait to see we get in the Champions League? What happens if we get into the Champions League and next season, come the end of next season, we're back to square one? Are they wanting out the door because we're not in the Champions League? Or do you think that's then there'll be raging Celtic fans and wanting to sing the songs with us?
See all this. Oh no! Next season Celtic will need to qualify and do this and do that. I'm quite confident that if Celtic screw the nut and do what they need to do right, Jerry, these qualifiers don't matter to us. We should still be getting into that Champions League every year.
I have the same opinion, because if we can't beat somebody the tripe that's there, then we don't deserve to be in it.
I mean,
maybe the cannon fodder.
I mean, maybe the odd year. Do you know what I mean? You can always get a bit of a bad draw because some other team in a big league's dropped off down in the league or something like that. But I mean, there's no teams in that kind of level. There'll be right tough games, away games and stuff like that. But every one of these teams that we could possibly have got, I'd be confident of being at Celtic Park.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's just going to be hit going forward for the next few years until the next whatever. If the coefficient can go up, we don't know. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, the most of the times, I mean, I used on the English forums and that used to see it. Not as much now, but it was so and so and so and so. They want Champions League football and all that, but they don't really want Champions League football. Just at that kind of level, they want the wages that Champions League teams are paying.
Champions League wages, aye. Agreed. Yep.
See what you're saying earlier on, if you pay players enough money. I mean, I do get that. I mean, see if Celtic wanted to go out and sign a player, somebody for England, and pay them $100,000 a week, they would come. Do you get what I mean?
Aye, 100%.
Aye. But
yep,
I mean,
100%.
that's not. They've never got to make that kind of jump. But I mean, I've said this before. Eventually, I'll never live to see it. But there's people, young guys in the chat, and your kids and grandkids. Just think one day you'll live to see pick up. Well, not even pick up the paper. We'll get it pinned to your phone or right straight into your mind, like some mad Black Mirror episode that Celtic have spent £100 million on a player.
Aye, wild.
Well, I mean, it's going to happen. I mean, even back when I started, just in general, when inflate, it maybe take 50 years, Jerry, but it's going to happen. I mean, I can mean 50
bitcoins.
I can mean like years ago when I was first on the forum, like 60 years ago, and I was talking about Celtic, like selling players for like 20-25 million pounds, and people laughed at me. And I said inflation itself's going to make that happen at some point. But the inflation in football is going to make that come a lot sooner than maybe a lot of people think. I mean, that's eventually.
Tenner soon.
What?
Fixed supper will be a tenner soon.
Aye, probably can't get a fish supper for a tenner then,
Aye, it's getting that way, mate. Getting that way. But
Alfredo's a pound. A pound for Alfredo.
I think the mixture's about 60p now. Wild.
Yeah, and
we
you
used to
still
go to the
get
shop
10 sweeties in it.
Aye, brutal. I don't get it. I get the sweeties for the way. Well, they're meant to be for the ways, but I'll steal them. But I'm scurred. See this time of the season, I can't wait for the window to shut, mate.
Oh, I hate it because we're all at each other's throats.
It's no long shut, and then we'll be talking about January. Who do you think will say in January? But no, I can't wait for the window to shut and then see what we're left with. If it's a shower of shite, then well, I think they're going to be hell on earth. But we'll need to wait and see, and just wait and see what happens.
But it's just see this. I mean, it is every year, every summer. See, this is because we all end up at each other's throat, fighting and arguing and bitching with wee snidey comments at each other about it and stuff like that.
Yep.
Oh, you're bored apologist. Oh, do you know what I mean? Fucking, and I just keep me calm. As you say, Jerry, wait and see where we were at the end of the window.
Yep.
Because that is it's the Celtic MO. We leave it late it's wrong. We all agree that it's wrong, but it just seems to be the way it is for one reason or another. Whether it's Dermot Desmond want to sell up to the Sheikh or...
Aye. Oh, I mean, that shite's come about. That's always been started with one of the monkeys trying to do a bit of mischief making that thing.
No, it came from like the other bit of the world.
What's that, sorry?
The story originated in some Sheikh land.
Right.
Where the Saudis or something like that. That's where it came from. But see what Jerry... See when he was getting out for the talk, it was about for Man United and that Jim Ratcliffe kind of overtook him. Aye. I can vaguely mind of something on the Man United forums and there was something about he couldn't prove his funds to the financial experts that were doing the deal and all that. There was something dodgy about it. There was something a bit iffy.
Right.
About when he was in for Man United, about where his money was actually coming from and whether it would be allowed to come into Britain and all that. It was a bit iffy. I wouldn't want Celtic to be involved in anything like that.
No.
No, definitely no.
No, I don't know.
Because but even the thing about that, Jerry, and it's back to the thing, it doesn't matter how rich your owner is, because you can't spend that money. You can't spend it.
Look at Newcastle.
Aye. Do you know what I mean? The days people just get into their head, they think, oh, mind what Man City done, mind what... Do you know what I mean? But you can't do that anymore. It does not matter a damn who owns Celtic. That's got nothing to do with how much Celtic can actually spend. We spend our own money. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. The money Celtic's got, the 100 million in the bank, that's came from the fans. That's your money. JFB says it all the time. That's
James,
your money.
See you later on, mate. I'll talk to you in the morning, bud.
Cheers, James. Thanks for coming in, mate. Good night. Hail, hail.
See, getting back to what John was saying. See the other stuff on the forum. I'm with JFP and 99.9% of what he was saying. And with regards to the board, and I still think that Gas Man and Ant Man are decent players for them. Dessers, he's selling some good positions, but he's a bit of a hardy. But would he get a game for me over Ida? Don't know. But the two wingers are decent wingers, and what John was saying, they're an upgrade on Yang. I'd have the two of them in my team before I had Yang. But I don't think they wouldn't have got in before. They certainly wouldn't get in before Maida, that's for sure. But they're an upgrade on Yang. But
then again, Jerry, you need to wait and see who we actually bring in before you can... Right, that's all right saying it was an upgrade on Yang, but... how do I put that? See if Celtic get one to either two of them, who would they go to? Us or them?
Aye. Granted, we've got to be in for them for that to happen. We should be able to pay more wages, be more attractive all round. As in, the more chance of us doing something in Europe, more chance of us winning a cup.
More chance of winning our first two games.
Again, it comes down to recruitment, scouting, all the rest of it. Are we aware of them? Who's signing the players? Is Rodgers interested? Is Dermot the one that's pulling the string? Who's calling the shots? I don't know.
And that's it, it's the same old with Celtic. There's no even any kind of... I mean, you used to get rumours and right away, blah, that's Celtic, it's released that route. Do you get what I mean?
Aye.
Peter Lawwell said a wee word with one of his wee pets in the press to get something out and stuff. But it's just absolutely nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And this is mental even to put it up, but it does make that kind of does leave a bit of credence to the Dermot Desmond turd and the kind of pulling things in, didn't it?
Aye.
Because there was a main thing it was on, it was like on he's told the PR team to step down with putting stories out and all this kind of part.
Have they got a PR team? The silence for Celtic's deafening.
Aye.
You've got nothing. They don't communicate with the fans. They want to make a big play when there's merchandise coming out. You hear from them then. Or they're wanting you for part of your money. I mean, we're Falkirk and then this Champions League qualifier money's out already for that. They're wanting the dough off you for the 2 games already. Your Champions League package, there's what? 1 strips. Bobby tells us you get that LGBTQT tap or strip.
Aye, Bobby done the photo shoot for that, didn't he?
Aye, that's right. Yep. So they've got all of that stuff, and then the merchandise and everything else. They take money off you for everything, right, left, and centre. But yet the product they're wanting to buy shoots no up to standard.
They've not even finished the thing. What do you call them? The coverings, the flag kings outside the ground.
I know it's wild.
Fair dues, somebody did tell me that there was painting work could get done to the metal stuff, or treatment would get done to the metal, so that needed time to air or dry or whatever it was, and that's how the rest of it couldn't be put up. But
okay,
well, could they not? Aye, but could it not been done 6 weeks before it got done then, so it was all dried and set up for the start of the season?
Okay, 100%. 100%, but the Celtic Park's a dump, mate. Let's not kid ourselves. It could have had a lot more done to it than a few wee lick of paint here and there. There's hundreds that could be done.
I mean, I used to sit in the old stone, right? And don't get us wrong, my seat, it was a cracking seat. Still, I say all the time, I totally regret giving up my season ticket where it was and stuff like that. Right, but I mean, no. I mean, I'm talking even the first season we went back for Hampden.
Aye.
I think my season ticket was £295 and everybody else's was like £150. I mean, the deal thing that would just sell the seasons, right? Blah, blah.
Yep.
And it went up and up. But it was worth it. It was worth it. And my pool's discount and my dad paid for it. So it was worth it for me. Do you get what I mean?
Aye.
It was just, but it was a pigsty. It was a pigsty. It really was. But I've seen lassies on Twitter just even last season talking about it, and they said there's not even a women's toilet in that stone. I mean,
that's wild.
That's crazy. I don't know that as a fact, but I've seen women on Twitter talking about that.
That can't be right.
In this day and age, that's like fucking 1960s levels of no sexism, but you know what? I mean, just that kind of like in the workplace.
They're trying to push all that shit down your throat with the women's team, women's football, and all that. So they can't have there's no got a women's toilet. No, they're not for that. The amount of females that go to games and all, it's no. That's a bit out of order. If that is true, it's horrendous, mate.
You spit in 2025.
Aye.
And saying that's maybe the women that are like the commoners. I bet there's women's toilets in the VIP bit in that.
Okay, the damn tooting. Get Bobby again when he's in drag. He'll be able to find out.
Bobby will just contact one of his LGBT community and say, here.
Aye.
Is that you in your...
Aye, exactly. You need to get Greg to get in and find out, man. He looks quite feminine. We'll be able to tell us, we know.
Greg's 1,100% dressed up as a woman for some point in time and for a charity event or something like that.
100%, man.
Million.
Definitely. Hey, quite an attractive looking female, to be honest.
An ugly looking bastard of a man.
The boy David. Right, mate, that's 8 o'clock.
Just before we were going there, Patrick said, I used to run the main standby stalls, it's a death trap.
Fuck's sake.
Aye.
You must know each other. You must know each other, Marco. You're fond of a pie or two, you know?
No a Celtic pie. No chance, man. You know me, Jerry, my body's a temple.
Aye, I know that.
Even if you're evil, I wouldn't eat them.
A man after one heart.
Even for the Buckfast, I wouldn't have let a spy to Celtic pie. Come on.
I don't believe that, man. The amount of kebabs I've packed away in my time and then you sober up, you think, what was I playing at there, man? That's
You
Barton.
hear freezing cold or the middle burns the mouth off you.
Aye, that's normally what happens. Normally burns the mouth right off you. Nothing worse.
Paddy, do
Right.
you know was it Wally Greaves? The wee steward that used to hang about and work out the South Stone.
Me or Pat?
No, I just need to talk about when he worked in the pie stalls and that. A wee boy stayed
Everyone,
just in the bottom
everyone
end of
knows
the
wee Paddy.
wee Paddy the pie man, Pat the baker. When you used to see that at Irish games years ago, that was one of the main billboards. See the Island games back in the 90s and that. One of the main sponsors of the Irish football team was just a company called Pat the Baker. And that was just what was on the billboard right across from the tunnel at Lansdowne Road, I think it was. Right,
Before,
that was what
eh?
got to say there. You got to have a wise
Before my
track.
time.
I knew it was got to be somebody being old.
Aye. Wally Kerry, Steve, did you know any of the security boys? No.
Aye.
Small world, eh?
Definitely is. That's what the Celtic family's all about.
Exactly.
This is what Brendan Rodgers came back for.
100%. A Celtic fan, this is what it means to him. He's not going to leave. He's not going to oust Dermot. He's here for 3 in a row, 4 in a row, 5 in a row, 6. We'll wait and see. Right, mate, I'm going to need to jump and take
Good
these
man.
flipping Muppets for a walk.
Don't know what happened to JFP. Well, Terence might be still at work, know what I mean? But I don't know what happened to the Bishop. But thanks for coming on anyway, Jerry.
He's the star of the show. Only Kimo's
I
who
know.
can talk to him.
Well,
It just means the next one's he's got to have double to talk about. Falkirk Friday night, innit?
Aye. What do you think that'll be?
What's that?
What do you think that'll be?
Cricket
Score-wise?
score.
Think so.
Hoping so.
What would you give team? Would you give Inamura a shot against us?
Eh,
You know what I mean? Like guys like that, maybe even.
I'm not a fan
Fulham.
of Scales at left back. I think it cuts off his options of where to pass to, if that makes sense. Because I hate him having the ball for too long. And if he's at left back, it cuts down where he's flowing head up and try to look to play passes. I wouldn't have Scales at left back.
See, I said that for years, Jerry, but see, my first signed Skills, he was at Aberdeen, came back, people used to say, oh, try him at left back, and I was like, nah, no chance.
No.
I said, fair do. He's one of the players, he's played at left back, doesn't mean he can do it.
Aye, totally. No, I would still, it's early doors of the season, mate. I would still try and go with our strongest team. Falkirk, they've started the season kind of done, but I would still go with the strongest possible team, which would
Hopefully,
be
Big Gida can get a couple of goals.
Aye, you can get a bit of confidence, and then there's again the same team it started. I would go with them. Same team it started at the weekend. I would go with them. Possibly no. I wouldn't make any changes at all, mate.
No, even the
changes at all,
keeper.
just go with the same team.
No, even the keeper, give me Sinner Salo again.
Aye, go for it. Aye, that's it. Go for it. Drop Schmeichel and put Sinalo one. Go
Got
for
to
it.
give that wee guy. He's got to, for me, that wee guy's good. I know Schmeichel, Brendan's goalkeeper and that, but that wee boy's not set a fit rank, you know what I mean?
Nah, I would drop it in. Because it's so early in the season, I'd still keep Calmac there the now. I'm hoping that we've got enough in the tank between now and Christmas that he'll have
Big
a
pussy.
few. Eh?
What about Big Pussy? That's not how you pronounce that, is it? Is it Pussy? Pussy, Simpson,
Pussy or
Pussy,
something.
Pussy.
Mate, I still don't understand that signing.
No.
You're no signing a boy on loan when he auctioned to buy or nothing, just to enhance the squad.
Make up the numbers. Aye,
Man City are going to have turned around and
right
says,
away.
listen, if he's fit, he's playing. The same way Denier was when he came. That was meant to be the deal, was it? Oh, when he first came. If he's fit, he's playing.
Aye, I mean, well, Jerry, Man City's not going to send up one of their...
Of course.
I mean, it is meant to be one of their better prospects, a cracking young player, blah, blah, blah. But they're not going to send him up to Celtic just to be a squad player for us.
Of course, no. No,
He's
definitely
going to
no,
be...
mate. He's got to be starting when he's fit. But if he's not
People
up
are
to
saying,
speed
oh,
yet...
he's back up, he's just here as backup for Carter Vickers and stuff like that.
I thought he's a left-sided centre-half, this boy.
No, he's right footer.
Is he
That's
right
the
footer?
thing, aye. I don't know, it's maybe Dean Murray got a good on loan. Poozy it's pronounced. Do you know what I mean?
Dane Murray's good out. He's no... That's nothing to do with... This boy's here to play.
Aye, but Dane Murray, for me, Dane Murray would be like the new afore this Poozy came in. Dane Murray would be Carter Vickers, he's back up the way the squad is. But it's Dane Murray, I mean, he's bulked up, I know he's got injury problems, but he looks solid, he's done well in pre-season, meant to be. It's maybe Dane Murray at the level, he's not going to be getting enough games for us, but he needs to be playing every week to take that step up in his career.
I've always said if we can get our players out on loan, get them out on loan, get them playing first team football. It's the only way they're going to improve. They're not going to improve sitting about playing in this stupid B League or sitting on the bench watching players. They've got to go out and play.
But I was going to follow on with that, but right, we're saying that about Dane Murray, and he's at the point he maybe needs to go out and be playing every week. Is that what Big Poozy's up here for? Is he the level? He's not good enough for exactly.
But see if we never had
people say they can play CDM and all, by the way, Jerry, so I don't know if maybe that's our plan.
See if we never had this, or before this boy Poozy got injured, see if Vickers broke down or got injured, as we know he will, he would have started with trusting Scales. It would trusting Scales would start regardless of who's there, whether Dane Murray's fit or no. That's the two that would have went with.
That's frightening.
I know, 100%, but that's the two he would have went with. But the boy Poozy's here to play, mate. Here to play. It'll be the same as when Denier was here. If he's fit, he's playing. But he'll maybe get respite the now because he's no up to speed yet.
Aye, mate, he must be banned.
Who's that?
I don't know, but you can't obviously know, mate, you're no banned. Or they wouldn't see you.
Gregor in disguise?
I was going to say Jabba.
Maybe that's a shout. Might be Jabba. Might be
Hey,
Jabba.
Jerry, I'll let you go, big
what's
man.
your team? Would that be your team?
I'd probably give Sinisalo a start, aye. But
Aye.
I'm a bit like you, I know, Jerry. You want use it, see, because it's early in the season, you want the team to use it to get together.
Aye, get the fitness up.
Aye, get the fitness up and get them. I mean, playing against what we call maybe a wee bit of a lesser diddy team, you're looking, right, we're getting plenty of ball, we can work on things on the park, do you know what I mean? Use it to get our fucking wee flicks and wee passing movements and that, work getting better. A bit again, like maybe I'm not saying a training game, but Celtic should be comfortably winning that, so they don't need to be fucking following riotous, you know what I mean? You can work on it to get their game plan going forward.
Aye,
it's got
Aberdeen had only played a couple of pre-season games, 1 or 2 pre-season games, and that's how they've started a bit sluggish. So you're wanting your teams to be playing as many games as you can now together. Your first 11.
It's the match sharpness, isn't it? You know what I mean? To be in there and just Patrick, Ralston, Trusty,
Poozy, Inamura. Oof. No, it's too many changes for me. Too many changes too soon. But I previously said that I'd have used the cup game.
That's like kind of my manager kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Did you change them on, play all your fringe players in the early rounds of the cup and stuff, you know?
we've said it before in other points. See if we turn around and say, right, see the cups, we're always just going to predominantly use them for fringe players and for youth. Would you be happy for that?
Aye and no. Because see in
It's
Scotland,
just got to leave them to win them.
see in Scotland, if Celtic don't win it, the chances are they're going to win it.
The filth.
Aye. That's the only reason I'd be against that. But see if like they brought in some kind of rule that, see like even look at this kind of homegrown kind of thing, see if they brought in some kind of rule that in the League Cup, maybe not even in the Scottish Cup, just the League Cup to make it a bit more open, you had to have at least maybe, I don't know, 5 Scottish kind of qualifying players in your starting lineup.
Aye.
Could that not make it a wee bit more interesting or a wee bit more even?
I mean, if it meant our youths were getting game time and we can assess them and hopefully make players out of them, I'd be up for it. But I can totally understand if we're not there to win it, then the monkeys are going to.
Aye, definitely. I mean, it's like down in England, they play like your French players in that League Cup, and I mean
that's a different one of me.
Aye, teams don't down there don't even really brag about winning the League Cup. But up here, the cups, the prizes are everything. Do you get what I mean? Because in most of the time, it's us or them.
Yeah.
I mean, see if they're just stay away, maybe take Celtic and Rangers out League Cup and leave it for the rest of them. We're too busy. We're more interested in Europe. Just let the rest of the teams play for the League Cup. At least one other team is going to win a trophy every year.
Aye.
Something like that.
Aye. All righty then. It's been emotional. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on as always, big chat.
No bother at all. Right, see you when next Monday?
Probably next Sunday or Monday, whatever suits, you know what I mean?
Aye, if you need me then I should be available, all righty.
No bother, Jerry.
That's under the thumb. Right, no bother. You take care.
Right, see you, big man. Thanks for coming. God bless.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Hey, good night, everybody. Thanks very much for listening in. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back, as I said, maybe next Sunday, next Monday at the latest, probably. I don't know what happened to the Bishop or that the night, but I hope you just enjoyed me, Big Jerry Blathern. Hail, lads. Good night and God bless.